Well, I guess today's as good as any. Um, Welcome to the first video of my new channel where I will just be talking about whatever interests me today. Commentary. It's commentary, Michael. Well, thank you, Michael. I'm glad we both thought of that. Um, Today, I kind of want to talk about. Let's see. Boy, awful happy for the introduction to this one. Um, the Fall of America. Now, I know this sounds kind of doom and gloom and whatnot, and that's ADHD kicking in right there, folks. But to put it quite simply, it would appear that we are slowly, now mind you, slowly watching the fall of America. Possibly. Now, may not go down in flames like we're thinking. It may go down in a lot of paperwork and bureaucratic bullshit. But I think it's going. I think we're going. I think we've peaked as a nation, and I think we're going the way of good old Great Britain. You know, once a amazing superpower, now it's just an island over there everybody makes fun of for not seasoning any of their food. You know, there's a reason we have spice cabinets. Theirs is just to look at them. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't make fun of Great Britain. They were once a mighty superpower. Now they're an island that eats beans on toast. I can't knock that, or I haven't tried it, so. Oh. But yeah, I mean, with this whole BRICS coming apart, you know, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and now apparently Saudi Arabia, we might be seeing a new superpower forming. To one, compete with the UN, evidently, and to kind of just really knock America right off its pedestal. I mean, I'm no expert on this stuff. I'm just giving my 2 cents as a lowly cog, but hey, it might be what America needs. I mean, our politicians seem to be too greedy. Actually, every politician in the world, except for like maybe a handful, really seem to be kind of super greedy as of late. Look at France. For those of you who don't know, France is on fire as of just a few days ago. Actually, for me, it would have been about a week ago, I believe, is whenever they started showing the protests in France because they upped the big old retirement age to like 70 something. So, yeah. And Canada is passing a bill to restrict people's internet access because nothing says, freedom of speech. Wait, they have freedom of speech, don't they? Yeah, that's right. They're not just some slum above, the hat above America. Putting a hat on a hobo. Anyway. Yeah, both America and Canada are both passing laws to restrict internet access, it would appear, and nobody's happy about it. I mean, why would they? Well, I mean, especially the Restrict Act here in America. It's, I mean, people call it the Patriot Act on steroids, but let's call it what it is. It's putting a gun to the back of freedom of speech's head and saying, shut the fuck up. And that's what it looks like to me. If I go staring off in the middle of nowhere, it's not because I'm seeing anything interesting. It's because my brain refuses to focus right here on the camera. Oh, such a doom and gloom subject, yet I'm over here smiling my dumb ass off. Oh, the internet's gonna love me. You're gonna love me. But, boy, I really wish I had better things to say other than, America's fucked. The world's fucked, and just pray they use a lot of lube. Sorry. Just noticed there's a little thing in my... You know what? I'm just going to leave it. I had such a hard time last time. I couldn't focus on what I was talking about. On the bright side, I finally get to use this microphone I've had for like 3 years. For proper video recording and stuff. Yeah, I know it's kind of like taking up 90% of my view, but trust me, you're not missing a lot. There's nothing good to look at here, folks. Well, my wife says there is, but I think she might be lying. She's supposed to be asleep right now. I was wondering if she was maybe paying attention or eavesdropping. No major reactions yet, so if I randomly have an arrow go through my head, you know what happened. I say that because I don't have any guns in the house at the moment. Or do I? Oh, this is nuts. How do these other YouTubers do it? I don't understand. I'm not even a YouTuber. I'm just some guy giving my 2 cents on the fall of America. And, well, wouldn't you know it? I have zero YouTube. I mean, like zero at this point. I have not uploaded to this channel ever. And I'm using a regular camera on my laptop. Literally just the crappy 720p camera on my laptop to record my 2 cents. And hopefully, so that way I can say, hey, I saw this coming. And I want people to know that, like, we should be doing something about, like our politicians and stuff. We've got people that have been running this show since the fucking Reagan era, and they still think trickle-down economics is a good thing. No, it's not. It's not. No. Does not work. You see, because your guys' idea is that the upper elites, they get these, they have these cups, and they're full. They're gonna get full, and they're gonna trickle down to all these other people, and they just don't. They don't. In no way, shape, or form do they do that. I mean, the elites, they just get a bigger cup. That's all they do. And if you really, genuinely, if you think that trickle-down economics works, one, you're not paying attention to anything. 2, you're definitely delusional. And 3, you're definitely one of those rich people at the top that just ends up buying a bigger cup or a second cup or stealing somebody else's cup and then saying that you filled up their cup. See, doesn't actually work because y'all are fucking greedy. There was a test done. I can't remember where it was done at. But they did a Monopoly game. I know Monopoly is not exactly the best economic standing game, but basically they had a bunch of players. They had one person, one individual that they gave twice as much money to start out. They got to roll twice as much dice, and they got to roll, and wherever they passed go, they got twice as much money as everybody else. Well, at the end of the game, that person always won. And they would attribute it to their skill as a player and say that they were just better. They just had better strategy and other things, not realizing that, or not really giving a shit that they were literally dealt the win from the beginning because they're given twice as much of everything. And I think that's what a lot of our politicians are dealing with, is the fact that they've got twice as much of everything starting out. I mean, I can't think of one politician that I know of right off the top of my head. Now, I'm just recently started following politics, but none of them can really, that I know of, can really say that they started from nothing and got to be, like, none of the bad ones, I should say. None of the ones that are trying to close the internet and stuff like that. Like, those ones tend to be more along the lines of giving everything. Hey, I might be wrong. I'm still learning. I'm gonna admit wherever I'm wrong about something. I'm not these people that say, "Hey, I wasn't technically wrong." I mean, I'm gonna tell you straight up if I was wrong. But hey, it's a 10-minute ramble already. Heck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But this will be my first video. I was originally gonna record 5 over the weekend, but I have I have family obligations that they're not gonna let that happen. Because I mean, little kids, they the only time you can get anything done with them around is while they're sleeping. And I used that time today to sleep. So I had to wait till tonight. So, it's first video. We'll see how things go. Hopefully I can stick to it this time. And I really want to make a difference. I want to see people's lives change from this. But, hey, see you guys next video.